Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Push, aka the creative queer, the masculine queen, back with another episode. I just want to say thank you so much for 2,000 subscribers. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for deciding that you want to be subscribed to this content and that you want to keep on watching. I am excited. I am happy. I will keep on giving you the content. Demonetized. So, darling, so excited. Thank you so much, man, guys. Like, it means a lot, you know. I think looking at this channel, looking back at the work and the body of work that I've done, I'm so proud of where this channel is going. So excited for the future, and thank you so damn. So as you can see from the title of this video, it is questions that the gays have always wanted to ask the lesbians. This was in collaboration with another queer YouTuber, Aya Ngumkaya, as well. Aya Ngumkaya. We did a long distance collab because we can't really collab during this time. It's a bit tough, so we have to be innovative about the way that we collab. So I sent him 10 questions that lesbians have always wanted to ask the gays, and he sent me 10 questions that the gays have always wanted to ask the lesbians, and that's what I will be answering on today's episode. If you want to stick around for that, do that. All right, let's get into the questions. There are 10 questions and I'll be answering all 10 of them. Question number 1, do lesbians ever get tired of explaining their sexuality, more especially to guys trying to get with them? Of course, I think lesbians get tired of explaining their sexuality, though I don't think there's much explaining that is needed. It's just a matter of asserting that with whoever the man is that you're interacting with. So yeah, we do get tired. For me, it doesn't happen as often because I don't really socialize with men. I'm enough of men at work, so I don't really socialize with, or I don't see them in social settings, so I don't get questions about my sexuality from men. So yeah, that's my long and short answer of that question. Question number 2, you guys, how often do you get guys saying they want to change you? Again, I don't really interact with a lot of men in my social settings, so the peace of mind, like, thank God, I don't interact with a lot of men. And when I say a lot of men, I mean a lot of straight men, because obviously if I'm sitting with a gay man in a social setting, he's not going to try to change me. Now I'm referring to straight men, so I don't really socialize a lot of straight men. And maybe lesbians that do socialize with them get that question often, but from my lesbian perspective, I don't get that often because I don't hang around with my daughter. Number 4, how do you feel about people saying that your sexuality is just a phase? Highway to yitomboy nje izogqitha. Isixhosa sami angikanofunda. Highway to yitomboy nje uzogqitha. I don't think at this stage of my life I get that said to me. I think I'm an adult. I'm chasing 30, and wow, if it was a phase, it would be a long time phase. Yeah, I don't. Maybe when I was in like my teen years, maybe there would be questions of it being a phase, because you're trying to sort of grow into your sexuality and you're exploring and all of those things. But at this stage of the game, those are not the conversations that I'm having with the people that are in my space. So yeah, that's that on that. The next question is this one is funny because I asked him the same question in his video, or a similar question. The question is, what is the trick to lesbians maintaining relationships for such a long time? Because wow, gay relationships are a mess. Do I think lesbians' relationship last? Maybe it's in the genetics of how men and women are made. I don't know what the formula is per se, you know, like what are we doing different? But I definitely think that it has to do with politics within the masculinity space, within amadoda, amongst each other. Amongst each other. Kukho patriarchy phana, and it's booming. I think, and yes, I don't want to lie, I literally do not know. Perhaps I think as women we're also very like emotional beings. We like we're more emotional, we're more sentimental, we are people of commitment. Even like within heterosexual relationships, you always find, not always, but sometimes find that the woman is ready to commit and it's the man that's, not doing the committing. So I think in this sense, if we take it to now a lesbian relationship, here's a woman that's committing, here's another woman that's committing. Commitment. With men, it's like, amadoda, do they really commit? When do they commit? And then in dating another daughter, do they really commit? When do they commit? And there's a clash there. I think it's that. But honestly, and yes, why? In fact, I want Aya to answer why that gay relationships don't work or don't last as long. I'm like confused about that. Do lesbians generally have to fit the butch or femme box? How does that affect the way you I'm gonna find.
You give a poor man a fish and you feed him for a day. You teach him to fish. You give him
How does that affect the way they express themselves through fashion, etc.? Do lesbians generally have to? I think within the queer community, there are labels, and I think as people and as human beings, we use labels so that we can have a better understanding of whatever it is that we are naming. That's number one. So we label things because we want to understand more about them. But the problem with labels is that not every description or not every label fits the description of that individual. So iba tricky. So to answer the question, no, there is no like cast in stone butch femme, but I would say obviously with how you present as a person, you will always or not always, but like you will generally fall into a feminine presenting and a masculine presenting side of the spectrum. And then go within the feminine presenting spectrum, we have your lipstick, and then it goes, no, it's this side, lipstick, and then gradually goes to tomboy, masculine, butch, yeah. So it works like that, but I don't think so. You will find yourself anywhere between that spectrum. I don't think it's cast in stone that you have to be on either extreme end, but you can float anywhere within the middle. So if it was a spectrum, I'm not butch. I'm like tomboy, soft, strad, stream. Come on. I will teach you these things, don't worry. The lesbian perspective on the whole coming out issue. I don't think maybe there's a lesbian perspective per se, but my perspective, once again, on coming out, having come out to my family, my mother, who's actually the only person that matters, and the only reason I thought it was necessary for me to come out was because I knew, or I was cognizant of the context. I know that, number one, my mother is from a different generation. I will need to explain this to her. I know that I'm an adult and now I have my own life, and I know and I see where my life is going, and I felt ready. And being on the other side of coming out is amazing because it doesn't really consume my mind anymore. When I interact with my mother, I'm just like being myself because she can see me for 100% of who I am. So coming out, it literally is an individual decision. Don't base it off of anything else. Do it when you are ready and when you feel that it is absolutely necessary for me to do this. And yeah, I've spoken much about this on my channel. You can check out my coming out video if you want to look into my other thoughts about this. I've also spoken about it on an episode with Utando Hlope. You can check that out. So yeah, it's individual basically. I don't think there's a one size fits all answer to that. Lesbians indulge in butt stuff. Do lesbians indulge in butt stuff? I don't think a lot of lesbians indulge in bad stuff. The ones or the people that I talk to and interact with are opposed to it. But for me personally, I don't 100, like I've said this in another video also, that I don't 100% subscribe to it, but I like some entertainment in that area, and I'm open to it anyway. Like maybe in the future I could, maybe, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it's again, it's individual. I can't speak for the masses, but the queer women that I've spoken about and I've spoken about sex with, they are not fans of bad stuff. So yeah, that's the long and short answer of that. Does the butch play the dominant role in bed as well, or are you coloned behind closed doors? I can't speak for bedrooms abanye abantu, but I can speak for myself. I think the way that I present, people already would assume that I'm probably the dominant one in the bedroom, but I can do what I want, when I want, how I want, and I am a versatile queen. You know. So to answer that question, looks are deceiving. I think in this case, what you see is what you don't get, and you must ask. And yeah, for me, definitely, this doesn't mean that I'm in the bed. Like, I could be like this. Woo! Joking, kidding, guys, kidding. So yeah, masculine women are not necessarily dominant in the bedroom. Some are. This queen is not. I'm like versatile. So next question is like Grindr, usually for hookups. Are there any apps for lesbians who are one night stands? Also, if they English, wow. Gays have apps like Grindr, usually for hookups. Are there any apps for lesbians? And then he goes, also, a one night stand is also a thing with lesbians. Apparently, I don't know actually. Apparently, I don't know if Her, there's an app called Her. It's also like a dating app. It's just like Tinder, but I don't know if it's for hookups. I've never met someone on social media purely for a hookup, so I don't. In retrospect, I do remember when I downloaded the app that you do put on your profile what exactly you're looking for. So whether it's a hookup or a relationship, you do put it up front on your profile that this is what you're looking for. So I guess yes, it could be used as a hookup app. Don't know whether that app is for hookups. I did download it. I have downloaded before in the past. I don't know if it's for hookups. Like, please help me, lesbians, in the comments. I don't know if that is necessary for hookups. Yeah, but other than that, I only know Tinder. And other than that, there is Twitter. And other than that, there's Instagram. And then you say also our one night stands, also a thing with the lesbians. I think of course, darling. I think yes, one night stands are a thing. Last question. I don't think. Do guys sometimes feel threatened by masculine presenting lesbians? The thing is, I don't interact a lot with Amador. That's the chat. So now I don't have the range for his questions because Amador are not my cup of tea, and they just like not who I hang around with. So do men feel threatened? I don't think men don't feel threatened. They feel like, okay, it's competition. From my experience in the past, when I've told men in social settings that I'm queer, they see that as a challenge. They see that as an invite into my bedroom. So they're like, okay, you like women, okay, Loana, Dufuna Loana, can or like want me to play wingman for them, Or remember this incident in particular. I was back in Kimberley, and this guy came up to me and he was shillering me, and I was telling him, no, I don't want you, sorry, I'm gay, I don't want you. And it's like, he got all excited. He was like, okay, me and you can team up, we can get a girl and we can all go back to the crib together and we can dip it and do it. That's what he said. And I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. So with me, men don't see me as a threat. Men see it as a challenge to get a woman's approval, or to get whatever woman they want to get. They see competition when they see lesbian women. Either that or they want to convert you, and I'm just like, but yeah. Anyway, that was the last question, and I hope I represented the lesbians in this video. Yeah, and I've come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Do give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and coming to the end of this video. Peace in the Middle East.